Stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. That's what Robinhood was known for. Today, it's what the governments of the world are known for. And Robinhood is an app that allows regular people to buy, sell, and trade stocks and cryptocurrencies. The app came upon controversy during the Gamestop debacle, and we're fortunate enough to have the general manager of crypto at Robinhood with us today to answer the tough questions and the not so tough questions. There's a slight chance for a Sherwood Forest-style serenade as well, but only slight, because as it turns out, assuming that Robinhood employees can actually play a guitar that's sitting in their living room may be a poor bet. So let's get down to business as we steal your attention from the rich so we can give it to the poor who don't have podcast access on our episode number 715 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
Well, what do you know? We're here once again in the Republic of Bad Cryptopia. Sir Lord Joel Common, Sir Lord Travis Wright, your humble servants and benevolent dictators. How are you doing?
Man, we ain't that humble.
Not that benevolent either.
Neither one of them. But in this show, it's bad. So I don't even know why you're tuning in.
Dictator.
It could be a little entertaining.
This is good. I'm really glad the people from Robinhood, their publicity team, reached out to say, hey, can we come on and talk about some of the new crypto initiatives? And we're like, yes, but we got some cleanup to do on aisle 3. And we want to make sure that we can ask the tough questions as well. And so we think you'll be proud of us. I think we did okay. I mean, we didn't take out the rail gun and go after the guy, but we asked the questions.
He gave the answers, and I was impressed. And I think that you will also be impressed at how well they're thinking about crypto moving forward. Obviously, they had that GameStop, a little bit of egg in the face from that whole scenario. Hopefully, they have turned the ship around and have fixed those things. This dude wasn't there whenever that was going down, but very sharp guy, and I think you're going to like this. What do you think, Joel?
I like egg in the face as long as you aim for my mouth. Right.
Yeah.
Because my mouth is part of my face. So like if you just aim good and get it in the hole here,
Right. Aim for Joel's face and put it in the hole, you guys.
All right, let's get to the interview. There are so many ways that you can buy crypto, and one of the biggest names that has been out there for the past few years that we discovered really early on in the process that allowed people to add crypto to the roster of stocks that they could purchase was the app Robinhood. There's been a lot of ups and downs for Robinhood, but the app has grown, and we have a lot of questions for the GM of crypto at Robinhood. His name is Johan Kerbrat, and he's here with us right now to discuss all the things. Johan, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
We are doing well. And it's full disclosure, I have been and I am a Robinhood customer, and I really like today. I'm just going to timestamp this for people listening to the interview later. It is the 26th of February, and I noticed today that you made my line go up. It's green. So thanks for that. I'm really happy about it.
That was really good. That was just for you too, Joel. It was very friendly of them to do. They knew we were going to interview him, so they made the crypto market go up. That was so awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's something that is pretty interesting before a podcast. I'm always wondering what the question is going to be around the market.
Yeah. Well, just to give people an overview, you oversee and lead strategy for the crypto business at Robinhood. You've been there to support their mission to democratize finance for all and open up access to crypto for everyday investors. You have had engineering roles at Airbnb, at a crypto startup Ironfish, and you founded an e-commerce and payments platform yourself. And you are from France. You are Frenchy French.
Yeah, that's right. Apologies in advance for the accent.
Je t'aime la France. Parlez-vous un petit peu de français. Maintenant, we discuss Robinhood. So how long have you been with the company now?
Yeah, I joined about 3 years ago. So initially joined as the CTO for Robin Crypto and moved to the general management position 2 years ago.
Okay, let's just deal with the elephant in the living room first, then,
Now let's
shall
be,
we?
since he's from France, we need to be frank.
Yeah. Yes, we will be frank with you, and sometimes we will have the French accents, don't you know? Because we enjoy
Well,
the
for me it's natural to have it, so you just have to align with my accent.
perfectly good. We like the croissant. So actually, big fan of France. Been many times, and when people ask me which country in Europe is my favorite, it's right there, followed this close by Italy. Although Spain is moving up in the charts too. Let's deal with the elephant in the living room because our listeners trust us to ask the tough questions, and I'm sure this is not the first time you've dealt with this. Robinhood came under quite a bit of controversy a few years ago during the whole GameStop thing, where all of a sudden people couldn't trade stocks. At Robinhood said, "Oh, no, 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 we have to slow our roll on that." It appears that, I'm not going to say what the reasons were, but from a user point of view, it's like, hey, you guys are making too much money here. Slow down with that. Let's talk a little bit about what happened there and what Robinhood is doing to build user trust once again.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm probably not the best person for that, to be honest. Like I wasn't there during the time, and also it was on the brokerage side, and I'm on the crypto side.
Wasn't your
But
fault. We get it. You did, it wasn't your decision. You didn't have
Wasn't
anything
me.
to do
no,
with
no,
it.
I'm just saying like I'm not the most context person, but I think what we have to realize at the time, it wasn't just Robinhood where there was like this change, and it was on multiple brokerage. And on our side, on the crypto side, we actually never had this kind of situation. So that's something, where I spend a lot of time of my days, and my team as well, to make sure that we build the most trusted platform out there for crypto. And I'm pretty proud of that so far we haven't had any like major hiccup like this.
Mm. So then I guess the next question would be, you guys had that partnership, and I don't know if you still do or not, with Citadel. And, so back in the day, at least, Robinhood was routing more than half of its customer orders over to Citadel. Is that still how it works? Because I know that was something that turned a lot of people off.
I could actually not really answer any of that. Like I have no idea. Like I said, I'm on the crypto
Okay.
side, and all of these things. Like on crypto side, we don't really partner with Citadel as a liquidity provider, so I could not tell you that all.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You haven't had to deal with the elephants in the living room. In fact, you're going, I haven't even been in the living room. I didn't
I'm
even,
over
nobody
here
told
in the
me.
side room.
Nobody, I'm in the
You
den.
know, like there is a lot of elephant on the crypto side that I'm dealing with, and I don't need more elephant.
He's going to go back to the office and go, "Hey
It's a
guys,
zoo.
show me the living room. What sacre bleu, there are elephants in here."
Sacre bleu.
So let's talk about some of the things that you guys have done recently. And one of them I discovered while looking, because I've had crypto on Robinhood. I have crypto on Robinhood right now. And I'm like, man, I've got my USDC over here, and I really just want to, I don't want to just keep it here. I want to move it so that I can use it. And I'm like, oh, there's send on here. I can send my crypto now. So when did the that launch of custody and send and receive begin?
Oh, that's been there for a while. So I think the issue is you haven't used your Robinhood app often enough.
Mhm.
But we actually added it a couple of years ago. So that was one of the most requested feature for Robinhood crypto customers. And any eligible customers can actually now deposit and transfer crypto out.
Yeah, that's huge. That was one of the main things because it's cool you could buy it, but then you couldn't you had to sell it before you could do anything with it. So that's a really huge thing. So let me ask this then, what all cryptos are, so people who are listening, what cryptos are currently available, or maybe just how many are available for people to buy and trade? I know before, like what, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and I know with some of the things you guys are doing with Ethereum, maybe some of those other ERC20 tokens are popping up. How many tokens are available now when people are utilizing the Robinhood crypto app?
Yeah, we have about 50 cryptocurrencies on the platform, including one stablecoin, like you just mentioned, Joel. And we're always looking to do more things, but in the US, that's the 15 coin that we have.
How does a currency get listed? What's the process that you guys go through? I know with a lot of exchanges, there's definitely a pay per play aspect to it. So how do you guys vet who's going to show up on your platform?
We have like a pretty robust process. It's something that we put in place before listing any assets. We go through like a pretty long due diligence. We also receive listing guidance from different stakeholder within Robinhood, and so we will vet multiple aspects of that. And in general, we don't engage with the asset listing or the asset that we are looking to list. We just want to really understand what it would mean for our customers, what it would mean internally to list it. Can we support it on the technical side of view, security side of view, operation, and based on that, we make this decision. And then every quarter or so we review the list and we make sure that everything still makes sense according to our principles.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and lobby right now for wax. It's this is a currency that I people ask me all the time because we've minted well over 1 million NFTs on wax, and it's a token that's hard to get in the US. And so a lot of US citizens are looking for it. I think crypto.com has it now, but no other exchanges have access to it, and people are looking for a place. So that's something that Robinhood might want to look at to offer a venue for people to buy a token that they're wanting to get.
Yeah, like I said, we usually don't engage before, and we never reveal anything like this if we are planning on listing a token or not. But I definitely think that there are many tokens that right now have a lot of use cases that are not available easily, and that's something that people can always struggle a bit at the beginning.
Yeah. So I got to ask about this, because the SEC, they have their hands in everything. And so it might be it's got to be a challenge for you guys to be dealing with the regulatory issues with that. And you guys have had some scrutiny in the past over, order flow and some other things. How is the crypto side of Robinhood navigating the regulatory landscape, right? Because oh, this token might be a security. Oh, it's not a security. And so sometimes you guys, well, this is a good token. It's a top 20 token. It's we're doing it. What's the process for maybe for you guys to how you're looking at some of that stuff, because it's got to be a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, anything related to securities is part also of our listing process. So we want to make sure that any asset that we list on the platform has not been alleged to be a security before, or like these kind of things. And I think for us, I actually see it as an advantage. I think Robinhood as a whole is regulated by so many regulators, like FINRA, the SEC. On the crypto side, we have the New York DFS, and we have other regulator. And so I think it actually shows the power of Robinhood and the fact that we are one of the only company in the world dealing with that many regulator and able to actually build a great product. So overall, I think it's for me, it's an advantage. I think we are able to launch products that not everybody is able to, thanks to this experience that we have with regulators.
Well, and of course, one of the core tenets of cryptocurrency has always been privacy and anonymity, and at the same time, we understand that in order to be adopted by financial institutions and the powers that be, that we have to have regulation. So, how do you guys balance this? Where people have to have ID verification, but they still want to maintain privacy. How do you guys look at it?
Yeah, that's a very complicated topic. Like you said, for anything related to crypto on Robinhood and the fact that we are regulated, we do need to know our customers. So that's the KYC process you're mentioning. Transfer also go through, AML verification. We are checking where the wallets that you're sending to are affiliated to, and if they are, linked to any bad actor or this kind of thing. So, these are important things that we actually need to do to actually exist in the US and be able to keep the licenses that we have. but it's also, I think, in a way, something that I see also as a benefit. A lot of people want to get into crypto, but crypto has always been affiliated to bad rumors, right? Like even recently, there was this rumor about how much, some terrorist organizations were funded by crypto. And then when you look behind the scene, you realize that it's not really true, and it's not really like what actually
Mhm.
happened. And so I think for people to be able to engage with it, they also need to think that the places that they are using are actually respecting the rules in place and the regulation in place.
Isn't
I
it
think
true? Isn't it true, Johan, that a terrorist organization is far more likely to be funded by cash, by fiat money, than by crypto?
I think that's what happened at the end of that controversy in the past 6 months, is that the conclusion was that crypto was actually just a small portion of all the funding compared to the rest. But that's where I'm
Pallets of
saying,
cash, pallets,
right.
just pallets of cash.
And that's where I'm saying it's like for some reason crypto was again in the bad rap situation, and people were saying that it was thanks to crypto that this organization were funded, and we need to move away from that. We need to move away from the idea that crypto is only used for the Silk Road or for this kind of things. There's
But you
plenty
you
of use
know
case.
you know exactly why they're saying this, right? And we don't really have to speculate. I think we kind of understand that crypto is something that the traditional world power brokers have been afraid of. And so what do? You cause fear around it.
Fear porn. That's the way.
Yeah, maybe, but I think there are still a lot of customers that, they are not the diehard crypto, right? And I think that was one of the main reason I joined Robinhood initially, is like I wanted to make crypto more accessible. And for a lot of people, it's this scary thing, right? Because the only thing that they hear in the news is what we just mentioned. And then they want to try to start using it, and it's all in very technical jargon. They have to use wallet that they have to hide in a safe and all these things. We made crypto very complicated for the general masses of the population that don't necessarily want to be technical. They just want to use like a better version of currency. And I think until we make crypto accessible, we will have these kind of issues.
I agree. I think that, when it started out, I mean, I got into crypto in 2011 and I mined some Bitcoin, and, I lost that Bitcoin. I don't want to go into that, but it was such a tedious process. Like the
It
user
was.
interface was so bad. And like, it was really hard to kind of control your own wallets, and people were scared about getting hacked and still are. And I think that that's probably one of the biggest concerns for maybe some of the older generation, is there's so many inherent risks associated with online wallets and exchanges, and we always are telling people, if you don't own your own keys, you don't own your crypto, right? We're telling people that all the time, like, make sure you get your crypto off of the exchanges, because a lot of times those aren't safe. And so maybe this might be a good time to ask a question about security measures for the crypto holdings that are on Robinhood. What are some of maybe the advanced security measures you guys are doing to ensure the safety of your users' digital assets?
Yeah, I mean, I think for Robin Crypto, we've been here for a long time now. So we built our cryptocurrency business in a very different way from the competition. And I think it goes back to what you were saying at the beginning. Like we didn't have a lot of crypto, we didn't have all the features, we didn't have transfer at first. But the main reason we did that was because we wanted to build a safety first platform, right? And so in contrast to many competitors, we didn't start listing a lot of assets on the platform. We didn't do a lot of things because we wanted to really focus on building small amount of features, but in a very safe way. And for Robin and crypto, we actually built our business in a way that was what I thought was how anyone would build a cryptocurrency business. And obviously, when we read what happened with FTX, or when we read what happened with Binance US, we our mind were kind of blown, right? So just to think about it, like funds were commingled between the firm fund and the customer funds, like everyone was kind of moving assets everywhere. And that to me was just like, really mind blowing. So, at Robinhood Crypto, all the settled cryptocurrency in custody is custodied on behalf of our customer. Everything is separate from any kind of firm fund that we may have, except for operation purposes like moving funds between wallets. But everything is almost in cold storage. So all of this we make sure that we have strict controls around the wallets. So you need multiple people from leadership to whitelist a new address. You need multiple people to move any funds. So all the stories that we heard from the FTX days, for example, could not happen. But for me as the leader of this organization, it's really important that we keep this mindset. And when everyone was going crazy about FTX and Binance taking a ton of market share, for us, it was really important at the time to stay cool and stay focused on building for the long term. And we see now that, this was probably the right principle to use. But, it's always a bit sad for me as a crypto enthusiast, because a lot of customers got hurt during the FTX days. And that took, again, crypto kind of 2 step backwards, that we had to work for like about 6 months, a year before people started to trust the process again and start using crypto again like they were using before that.
So, as I say, I am a customer. However, can I gripe about one of the things I don't like, and perhaps you can
Please.
take the feedback. I can put in as much money as I want, but I can only send out $5,000 worth of my crypto a day. Why am I being throttled to do that when I'm responsible enough to put in my money? Why can't I withdraw it?
Yeah, that's something that we are actively working on, and I think we'll have a lot of changes happening on that very soon. But the main goal was mostly protection of some of our customers. You might be feeling like you're capable of doing everything that you mentioned, but there's still a lot of people being taken advantage by phishing attacks, and unfortunately it happens a bit too often. And so we wanted to build in place like the right control and limitation before we can expand our limits. But like I said, a lot of new things will change on this side of things.
Travis, quit fishing me. Leave my crypto alone.
Try
Dang it.
not to. Well, let me ask this then, because it kind of ties right into that. So you mentioned, well, some users maybe aren't sophisticated enough to handle more. And then you also mentioned your crypto's behind the walls, really in cold storage. So let's say I've not used the app or signed up on the app since we got it in 2017, 18. I have the app. I've been using it. I'm a customer, but I've not gone through the sign up process, right? Because that was years ago. So how is Robinhood, crypto division, how are you educating and maybe protecting the new users from all the high risk associated with crypto trading?
Yeah, we have a bunch of
Process now?
yeah, both part on the onboarding flow. We also offer like education module where you can learn a bit about crypto. Also, when you transfer for the first time, we'll tell you, to not transfer anywhere. We'll also tell you that no Robinhood employee will ever call you to create a transfer. We'll also make sure that you read the message. We built a lot of this safety mechanism, but the reality is that people and bad actors get more and more sophisticated. And so every day when we implement new controls in place, bad actors learn about it and try to bypass them. So it took us a bit of time, and that's why for like a long period of time you had this 5K limit. But fortunately, soon we'll be able to increase that.
What are maybe some new features that you're excited about that I might not have yet seen in the app for the crypto product, or maybe give us a tease for some things that are coming that would entice people to take another look at the app?
Yeah, we build a lot of new things on the app. So, for example, you may have seen that now we have a crypto tab where we show you, everything crypto related. We show you also the top movers, like some information about the crypto. We also added advanced charts. So, if you want to do technical analysis, you're able to do it directly from the app. You have new order type as well. So, if you want to use a stop loss, all these kind of things, have been like features that people were requested. I think the most important point that we've been doing a lot of work was around our pricing structure, and so we took a very different eye on what was happening on pricing. We saw that after FTX, after Binance, a lot of our competitors actually increased the price for the customer, and we realized by talking to our customer that it was very difficult to compare prices between platform because some people are charging a fee, some people are not charging a fee, but they are charging a markup on the spread. Some people are doing both at the same time.
Mm,
And so we took a very different approach where, now if you're using the trading flow to buy crypto on Robinhood, we show you the actual entire spread and we show you how much Robinhood is making on the order. And the conclusion is that Robinhood offers the most crypto for your buck, and you will get more crypto at the end of the transaction. And what I recommend customers that are listening is, when you're about to place an order, just compare the quantity of crypto, not necessarily looking at the price because things are sometimes confusing. But you will see that most of the time you will get more crypto on Robinhood average.
that's interesting.
Travis, something I just learned from there's a news tab now in crypto, and MicroStrategy has bought 3,000 more Bitcoin. Now they've got 193,000. He's getting close to having 1% of the Bitcoin supply.
Right. That's pretty insane when you think about it.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to ask this about, so we worked with crypto.com early on. We both had, Joel and I both have the crypto debit cards, and it was been pretty handy. I know Coinbase has debit cards now available with that. Now, is that something that maybe Robinhood is looking into, is to integrating crypto functionalities with debit cards and allow people to directly spend? Is that something that maybe you guys are looking forward to in the future?
It's not something that we have directly in the future. I think for me, I really want to focus on making crypto useful. So we launch our self-custody wallet called Robinhood Wallet that people can transfer from Robinhood to that wallet. They can access dApps. They can do all these kind of things that
Mhm.
they were not necessarily able to get exposure to before. And that's been like one of our main focus point. But um, debit card can definitely be an interesting idea.
What you do have, I mean, I'm in the app. There is a debit card. It's just not a debit card that's connected to crypto portion, right?
Yeah, we haven't enabled like that functionality that you could spend directly from the debit card for sure.
There's a if
You
you
need to
just look
sell
at your
then, Joe.
computer,
Oh, okay. My question would be: then you just need to sell your crypto to turn it into cash, then to use it on the debit card. Is that?
Yeah, you could do something like that. Absolutely.
Okay.
but isn't there, like, it's your monitor right now? You have control. Just push the button that says you can spend your Bitcoin. Just push the Bitcoin
Yeah,
button.
it's definitely something that we can look into. Like I said before, we love talking to customers. We love to get feedback, and usually when a feature request happen often enough, that's something that we start looking into. At this point, like that wasn't one of the top requested feature.
How about, when are you guys going to have your own token? So, I'm a customer. I'm expecting airdrops. Are you guys going to do any DeFi play of your own?
Not something in the plan as well right now. I think, for me, there is a ton of tokens available already. There's a ton of assets.
Yeah, but I want my hood
That
token. I
You
want
get
some
your hood
hood.
stock, bro.
I
You can
want
get your
some
hood
hood.
share.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, if we see value, if we think that we can do something that is differentiated enough,
I see
it's
value in a hood airdrop. Just I'm raising my hand right
Because
here.
you're from the hood.
I'm from
That's
the hood.
true. I'm
well,
curious about this then, maybe about security tokens, right? Since you guys are working so close with regulations, you guys are staying within the frameworks of it. It seems to us that the natural sort of integration is going to be moving towards security tokens. And so you have the hood shares, maybe down the road that converts into a some sort of security token of some sort.
yeah, I think tokenized stocks, tokenized of real world assets is definitely interesting. I think we tend to not talk enough about it. Though I think this year, like there's a lot more discussion about it. But I definitely think that one of the use case of blockchain is going to be around tokenization of real world assets slash stocks. Something that I love about crypto is not just the actual technology, but it's seeing how it's been useful to replace some of the old traditional finance system. Stablecoin, for example, is super simple to see. Like you can use a Fed wire and it's not open on the weekend. It's only like a
Right.
certain hour of the day. Or you can use stablecoin and all of this goes away. So, I think we'll see a lot more of the use case of blockchain that are going to replace like some of this traditional finance system.
Yeah. I think this too, Joel. I mean, what about NFTs, right? It's almost like you could take a stock, wrap it in a container into an NFT, and then those shares could almost be traded after hours potentially. So it seems like, Johan, that probably something along those lines is going to evolve as the space keeps innovating. And I would assume that your role as the GM of crypto there at Robinhood would probably take on an expanded role as they start looking at sort of tokenizing and putting those different shares in various different containers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, so on the 24/5 points, like Robinhood actually does allow trading of some stocks on 24 hours, 5 days a week system. And it's something that we've been seeing a lot more adoption in the past. But I think, for me, the goal of the being at this role at Robinhood is to also find new use case. And that's definitely something that we're going to look into. We also recently launched in Europe our platform in the EU, and I think it's something where we see a lot of different use case from the US, and so it's really interesting to see how we can bridge the gap between TradFi and DeFi and CeFi.
Awesome. Well, that's a lot of info right there. We appreciate it. It looks like Robinhood still has the referral program where somebody uses the link that we're going to provide and they sign up for the first time, they get a random free stock or a fractional share that's worth between $500 and $200. And if you go to badco.in/Robinhood, you can go ahead and sign up. Do we still get a free stock if they get a free stock?
I actually don't know how it works for institution referring customers, but I'm sure there are ways to get the referral program working for you guys.
All right. Well, badco.in/Robinhood. And I see that based on my visuals of your apartment, you play guitar. So in Robinhood, there was a bard, right? There was a bard that would play in the Sherwood Forest. Can you play us a song?
I actually do not play guitar, but I got it at a random estate sale in front of my street, and I kept it here because it's a great icebreaker. So
See, now if you could have like serenaded us with
You know,
a
been the
medieval
best.
type of song as the bard,
Oh
that
yeah.
could have really gone a
Like
long
sort of
way.
like Little John level, like
Yeah.
would have
Any
been
further
epic.
questions, Sir Lord Travis?
You know what? I don't. I would say that Johan, I think you answered a lot of the questions that a lot of people have been having. I mean, we didn't want to make this sort of softball questions. We wanted to ask things that we know people are curious about because we know so because they've told us about it. And so I want to thank you for your being so frank, Mr. Johan.
well, thank you guys for having me. It was a fun discussion. So
Très
excited
bien. Et
to
merci, monsieur. Robinhood, once again, go to badco.in/Robinhood and get a free share of stock. And this is not a paid interview, gang. I am a customer. I use the service. You go check for yourself if it's something that you want to do. Johan, thanks again, sir.
thank you.
Great interview, but disappointed that he can't play the guitar. So, Trav, I think, maybe you'll serenade us instead.
I don't have my guitar.
That's okay. Just pretend that you're holding a lute.
Are you gonna sing for me? I'll play the imaginary lute.
You'll air lute while
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
sing.
air it.
All right, maybe another time then. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and we are enjoying seeing the crypto markets recover right now. Timestamp once again as we're recording this, the 26th of February, almost 1/6 of the way through the year already. Are you still playing the lute over there?
Yeah, I'm air looting it, brother. You know how I roll.
And
Hopefully your loot is rising because you see those crypto markets going up. There goes your loot. Woohoo!
Yeah, in fact, looking at CoinGecko right now, crypto market cap 2.16 trillion, Bitcoin at 53,582, Ethereum 3,145, BNB creeping really close to 400, 396 and change, Solana 110, XRP 54 cents, Cardano 61, Avalanche $39, Dogecoin almost 9 cents. Stuff is
Dude, remember
happening.
we did a couple weeks ago? We did or I guess it was maybe our last episode about the crypto roulette and some of the top cryptos in the top 100 or whatever.
Yeah, how they doing?
Dude, Stacks. Well, Stacks is one that I invested in a little bit, and then it's nice to see that thing has gone up to almost $3 a token.
Oh,
That thing is going. Well, you think, it's Bitcoin, smart contracts for Bitcoin. It would seem to me that as Bitcoin goes, probably Stacks will go, not financial advice. I don't know. It tends to happen when we say, "Oh my God, this is a no-brainer," and then it's a brainer.
and then it goes, "Mwah, mwah, 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 mwah." I'm looking through the top 100 to see if any of the other ones that we mentioned have moved around any old way, and I'm having a hard time remembering what they
Flair was
were.
one I saw us doing some things
Ric
too.
Flair?
Yeah, the Ric Flair
Woo!
one. And then I was watching one. I saw this token, so I always go on CoinGecko and I look and see which ones are trending, and then I try to figure out why they're trending. And there was an AI one recently, and I saw, and then he just popped Palm AI. I was watching this thing, and it was just hovering around, oh man, less than 20 cents. And then I didn't buy any. And then now it's almost 73 cents. I
Oh
was like, oh
man.
man, it was one of the ones I was like, my intuition was like, Travis, you should buy it. And I'm like, intuition, you always wrong.
It's funny as I'm scrolling through the top 100, we just got done talking about Ric Flair. There's also a Woo token, number
Nice.
96. It's the
Nice.
Woo network. Maybe they should merge.
Yeah, I kind of like the episode that we did last week. I don't know if you guys do as well. Maybe leave us a review and send us an email about Crypto Podcast if you found that episode valuable. Because if so, maybe we'll do one of those at least once a month. Because I think those are kind of fun to put those and talk about some of the different projects we've not heard. It's really good for even us for researching because like, oh, dude, I've never even heard of this. What does it do? So maybe we can expand it out to the top 300 or the top 250 or something to kind of see and they're fun. And for me, it's got to be important that this stuff is fun. And that was fun.
Or maybe we won't.
Maybe we want, it depends on what Joel wants.
There's no promises. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. But
Okay.
hopefully what'll happen is you guys will go through the back catalog and see if there's any episodes that you've missed. Great opportunity to go check out some previous shows, and we would appreciate reviews, whether sincere or sardonic, on iTunes or wherever else you review fine podcasts. 5 stars is always best. The funnier you are, the more likely your review will get read on this here very show using our own voices.
Yeah. I got a new shirt. Matter of fact, yesterday I picked it up at the airport. It says National Sarcasm Society. Like we need your help.
I actually have that exact shirt.
You have that? I
It
found
was-
it. I
yes.
bought it too. I was like, I love that because I'm part of the National Society. I got another one that said Pink Floyd, Dark Side of Your Mom.
That's funny.
Oh, man.
That's a good one. All right, gang, we'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. And until then, please stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor. Dark side of your mom. I see you on the dark side of your mom.
Your mom.
That's funny.
I couldn't. I had to get that one.